All right, welcome everyone. Tuesday Night Live. Man, we had a fun show last week.
Yeah.
Lots of fun last week. And so I'm hoping that the people that were on last week come back this week. We're giving away stuff. We're going to have a turkey calling competition. And I'm ready for bed. I know that. I've been going all daggone day. So if you're watching, there's some of you already on here. If you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Like it, comment, share it on your pages. And we're going to get this thing kicked off here. Let's see. Boom, at the bottom, turkey call giveaway. But you must stay until the end of the show. You don't get to win a turkey call at the beginning. I'm so excited. Mike, you wasn't here last week. Were you able to go back and watch?
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. I thought it was so much fun.
It was so much fun. And let's see who's watching. Bub Tag. Hey guys, can we just if you're watching, can you just drop like the hand clap emoji in the comments for Bub, because he finally figured out how to watch it on the page so we can see his name. Because he's been struggling with that for a long time.
I think we personally we owe him a round of applause. Good job, Bub.
Yeah, I think so. So thankfully, Bub has figured it out.
Bub had a fun week in NWTF, it looked like to me. He had a good day down there.
Met can we just talk about that for a second? Bub, can we just talk about your NWTF trip?
I know where you're going with this.
What is it?
I know where you're going with this, but I want to hear it go.
I thought that Bub was going down there as someone who is in a... Oh, let me share this. Let's see.
I love it.
So I thought Bub was going down there to represent turkey hunters, to be an established, successful turkey hunters, and honestly to be a man. I thought he was representing being a man, an Eastern Kentuckian. He went down there and turned into a fanboy.
I knew you were going to say
that. He melted at the sight of TV hunters. He took a selfie with Michael Waddell. That's just not the Bub I know. I don't know what happened.
So
you knew that was coming.
I knew exactly where you were going with this, because you and I have had discussions both times down there, like, because we would talk about it and you would say, man, I'm just not going to go get an autograph of this guy or that guy. And I'm also not, I'm a grown man. I'm not going to go fanboy over,
I'm not.
So-and-so. It's just funny because we've had that conversation before. I knew you were going there.
I think when I hear that, though, I get it. I would definitely not go up to Michael Waddell for a picture, but I know guys that, we all grew up watching sports. And if John had the chance to take a picture and get an autograph with Tom Brady, he would. He absolutely would. Well, hold on. Some of these people literally, dude, they don't watch sports. They grow up doing nothing but watching Bone Collector and whoever, and that's been their idol their whole life, And that's
there's probably 3 people alive in the world that I would want to shake their hand and get a picture. I don't care about an autograph. That's Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and of course Michael Jordan, and Ken Griffey Jr. and Deion Sanders. That's it. That's it.
The thing is with those dudes, you have to get an autograph, especially if you have like a jersey, because
if it was Michael Jordan, I'm getting
going to be worth one day.
Well, here's the deal. I cannot. Here's where that's different, though, Josh.
Oh man,
I've never won 6 Super Bowls. I can't throw a football like that. I can't hit a baseball like that. I can't dunk like that. However, we've all killed turkeys and deer. Come on.
Have we all killed turkeys?
No, I don't care. Come on. You know what? I will say this about Michael Waddell. He's taller than I thought.
The submarine Jimmy is now part of the show forever and always.
I've just given I don't know who's talking about the microphone, the backwards hat.
Jimmy, we love you.
Josh thinks he's 17. Nice to see Josh. Yeah. I do love Jim. Jim is he's just one of us. I'm trying to sell. My mom's got a camper for sale. I did have a message about it today, and then Jimmy messaged me. It's like, hey, can I share that that post on Marketplace about that camper? I was like, dude, please, I really appreciate that. So
yeah, that's cool.
Bub says, watch the video and how bad I was shaking. Because this is not getting better. This is getting worse. Colton said I would forget him when I would get around certain ones. I'm sure he did, Colton. Poor guy takes his kid, leaves his kid in the background. It's like, Colton, here, hold my phone. Take a picture of me and these two other men. Come on. You get your 12-year-old to hold your phone and take a picture of you with two other grown men?
I see right there, Bub said, I really did that, Josh. HS Strut videos was it growing up for me. Monster Bucks, Truth About Hunting, Ultimate Hunting. So that's what he did. He grew up doing it,
Yeah, but here's the thing. Bub could have been on those videos too. You give Bub a camera and a little bit of charisma, he could have been the same thing.
But you don't know that as a kid, you know?
So
but he would have never been.
I'm on your side, Bub.
Griffey Jr.
So, Bub,
sorry, Mike. We've literally cut Mike off 4 times. Go ahead, Mike. We'll be
quiet. I was going to say, Bub is a lot like myself with the HS Strut. So he's probably a huge fan because, like, you know, there's no. I love Alex Rutledge. I've talked to you guys about him often, and he's not like that name. That he's not like
talking about short people. I thought Michael Waddell was going to be like 5'9", 5'10", but he's like 6'3".
Yeah.
Huge.
I thought Alex Rutledge would probably be 5'9", 5'10", and he's like 5'3".
Yeah, he's small. He's small guy. Alex is a great dude. You know, and Bub, I was happy for you, man, because you got to go see Eddie and Alex and then a couple of the other guys that were on HS Strut, and because I grew up on those as well. That's kind of those were the first DVDs that I started watching and learning turkey hunting, because my family, they hunt turkeys, but they're not like freaks about it like I am. So they're just like, yeah, it's a turkey. They're all the same. But I'm just like, no, we gotta get after it.
You know, I think you
mentioned Eddie Salter.
Yeah.
Did you see Loman, our buddy Loman Scarborough, with Eddie Salter? They look like brothers.
Yeah, they do.
They look like brothers. And maybe Loman will get on here.
You labeled this show. What is your turkey hunting setup?
I couldn't think of anything else.
Something to
I figure we could talk about
it. You were talking about size. Would you rather be a big guy or would you rather be a small guy when you're turkey hunting? I'd rather be a small guy.
Yeah, it's
Billy Barnett's a little guy.
I would rather be a small guy. I really
you get better than that. Loma, we were just talking about you. We said that you and Eddie Salter could be brothers.
Yeah,
he's much older than you, but
he said we are long lost brothers.
There you go. So Loman has been working his butt off to put together this Hopkins County Sportsman's Outdoor Expo. And so I told him, Josh, it's literally the weekend your baby is due. So I said, hey, bro, I'll be there one way or the other. So, yeah, that sounds good. I can't wait. He says Jimmy Seitz will be the guest speaker. I don't know who that is, but I bet he's great, Loman.
Yeah.
Speaking of the baby, we probably find out next week what the little thing is.
Oh, nice. That's exciting.
There you go.
I'm really hoping. I think it's a boy just by the pictures. I think it's a girl.
Send me those pictures.
If it's a girl, me and Tony decided that we're going to name it John in honor of you.
Oh, we couldn't see that coming a mile. Hey, Tony Dempsey says he's 6'3", 250. So many times I wish I was small in Turkey and Deerwoods. You know, a time that man, I always felt that way when we'd go to football games and then we would drive back late on Friday night and like all these. I was always the biggest on the team, not the fattest, but you know. And all these little guys would just sleep in the bus, and I'm sitting there, and I have to have 2 seats with my feet across the aisle. Anyway, that's the only time I wish I was small, Tony. Tony, don't wish you were small. Don't you love to stand beside someone who's smaller than you, and you just kind of look down at them while you talk? Mike,
I literally was thinking the other day. I was looking at a picture of me and
Dad. My daughter say I have a 5 head.
I was looking at pictures the other day, and maybe, you know, even though I was like 5 inches taller than Dad, I always felt like I was looking up to him. Always
5 inches taller. He's probably 5'9". You're 5'11".
Well, you get what I'm saying. If you look at the picture, I look way taller than him.
Yeah.
And it's like,
because
I don't know. I never felt like I was looking down at him. I always thought I was looking up. Always, dude.
Anthony Jones. See, Anthony's 6'5". I just don't assume people are that big. I have a good friend who's 6'8", and I don't like standing next to him.
That's it. Hey, real quick, aside from some of the joking that's going on, Scott wanted to just say sorry to hear about your mom, and we'll keep you in prayer. And I know you're going through a
Absolutely.
tough time right now, so we'll lift you up in
Sure.
prayer and the whole
Yeah,
family.
man.
Just
Hey, that's
wanted to
tough.
pause and say that.
We lost. We're talking about our dad. Lost him. Is it almost 3 years ago?
Yeah, it is wild.
No, it'll be 2 years. It'll be 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. Yeah. See, it just
Coming up.
this year will actually be. I was thinking, Josh, 20 years since our mamaw died, and I think about her every day.
That's crazy, man.
20 years. That's crazy.
I think about gravy and biscuits quite often.
I can make it almost just as good.
No, you can't. You shut your mouth. If there's anything that you've just said that was awful, that was awful. No,
I said almost.
Not even close.
All right, let's talk because you're annoying. Turkey setups. Here's what we're gonna do. It's 9:15. We're gonna talk. I want to know what shotgun people are using. I want to know if you're using decoys. Mike, we'll let you kind of start us off here. What's your setup? And then about 30 minutes, we're going to randomly select. Look, if you're watching, you don't need to leave because at the end of the show, the last 15 minutes of the show, you're going to have an opportunity to win a mouth call from Turkey Hunting USA. Right there it is. Billy Barnett is the owner of Turkey Hunting USA, and he is a U.S. Super Slam champ. He's killed a turkey in 49 of the 50 states that have them. The exception is Alaska. And he's donating a mouth call every week. Last week he donated 2, and I didn't even ask. We just did it. So
that's awesome.
Hopefully Chris and who's the other one? Chris and Frankie. Hopefully they're watching. Frankie's probably watching there with PK, and they've received theirs. I don't know if they've received them yet, but if they have, I want to have them. I want to see them. Bub says, "Do not stay at the Ramada on Music Valley Road if you ever go."
Oh boy, you didn't have your window busted out, did you?
We didn't stay at the Ramada. We stayed somewhere else, but Josh had his window busted out.
I was talking about that today. Somebody I work with took their daughter down to Nashville for their birthday this past weekend, and they stayed at Opryland, and she was like, "Man, that place was crazy. There was people everywhere." I said, "Yeah, because you went there in NWTF."
Right, 20,000 rednecks.
Yeah.
Man, they said it was bad down there, and said they said it was
wild. Frankie got his turkey call.
And we gotta have them. We gotta have them on the show to show us their skills with their new call.
Cody Varney got us started off. He said he uses a Rossi. I think he meant a Tuffy. He said a Stuffy, but I think it's a Tuffy turkey gun. 410 with a rectifier choke, shooting Burgess Creek 3-inch, number 9 TSS. That'll get it done. Loman's using a Charles Daily Youth 20 gauge. I love it. Bought it for my grandson. Killed a big bird with it at our farm. Oh, Cody followed up Tuffy. Yeah. So, Mike, what's your go-to setup?
Yeah, well, it's got to be the old trusty Mossberg 835 Ulti-Mag with a extra full turkey choke. I typically use turkey nitros, 3-inch, 5-shot, 6-shot, give or take what I have in the gun case there. So, but it's pretty much one of those two, and that's the nitros. They would just work for me. They always have. And then as far as just the gear that I carry pretty much one of every call, sometimes 2, especially mouth calls. In case I drop one, I just try to be prepared. I carry multiple striker sticks just to make different sounds if I need to. Calls. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be ready to go. And I usually carry, my just turkey vest and knee highs, and that's pretty much my setup. I usually sit up against trees and things, so I don't typically use blinds, but I'll just use the vegetation and things in front of me to kind of block my put my camo on. The Titan 3D leafy suit, always make sure I'm wearing that during the springtime. It helps break me up. It's a good suit. It's very breathable and keeps you secluded. So that's pretty much.
Looks like Loman had a bad experience at the NWTF. Said the resort, which is the Opryland Resort, locked him out. He was pretty upset after paying for his stay. Now, here's what I know. He called. He kept calling and calling the resort to see if they had an open room because they've been booked for months. He finally called. They had an open room. He booked it, and they locked him out. So,
Jeez,
they did that. They did the same exact thing with the woman I work with. Same thing.
that's
everybody
crazy.
Go to the Opryland Facebook page, Opryland Resort. Leave them a bad review, 1-star review. If all 40 of us did that, they would do it next year. WO is here. He's watching from the group. He says 870 Express 12 gauge. That's what I used to. This year, I'm going to use my old trusty 870 12 gauge with 3-inch Longbeard XRs. And I'll probably wear my favorite thing to wear is my leafy suit.
Yep.
Because you blend right in as that grass, the foliage comes back and everything starts greening up. And see, PK said, I got my Remington 870 20 gauge with Jeb's Headhunter 555 restriction and shoot Apex number 9s. Tony says he's shooting a 12 gauge Maxus 20 gauge Hatsonet's Escort or Stevens 14. He's got a full lineup there of turkey guns. Indian Creek and True Lock chokes and Verdict ammunition in all 3. Mossberg 935, Mossberg 835.
Love it.
Josh Wilson says, what's up, guys? Sorry I'm late, but put me in the pool to call. Uh-oh. He's ready to call.
I love it.
I'm running a Remington 870 20 gauge with nitro turkey shells and just the bead for the sight. And Kid Hulk says Stevens 301 single shot 12 gauge with Longbeard XR 3-inch number 6s. Daily up to 40, but I've reached out to 56.
Wow. That's good.
It's a long shot.
It's a good setup.
The common thing that everybody's saying, man, Mossberg 835. Mine's a short barrel, thumb hole stock. I actually was going to sell it, but I'm going to hold on to it, and I plan on buying I just want a long barrel, so I'm thinking about getting a Remington 870 and going with that this year. But I bought that back when I think I just turned 18 and decided to buy my first weapon, and that's what I bought. I love it. I do. But I'm just ready for a long barrel, man. I want a long gun. I'm tired of the short gun. You know, I'm used to it. Out in the mountains where I used to hunt, you're constantly running up and down those mountains. So I wanted something small, easy to get around. And now that I'm out here in this flatland, I need something that's a little longer, a little flatter shooting, better pattern, you know, because those the thumb hole stock, man, I like it because of the lightness of it and the smallness of it, but it's not as accurate as I'd like it to be. It's not where I would like it to be. And you know, I've seen somebody talking earlier about their choice of, you know, what they're using when they turkey hunt. And to be honest with you, I don't think it. I mean, everybody has their preference, but I think it's the hunter. You need to practice shooting a lot. Like you really do. You need to know your gun as well as you know yourself, because if you don't know, if it, like my 835, I know at 30 yards, in order to like get a good headshot, I have to aim like at the base of its neck because it shoots a little high with my bead. The way I aim, I don't know if it's my setup, but that's just the way it is. I really recommend. I know everybody thinks it's easy to go out, and it isn't extremely difficult to go out and shoot a shotgun because of the spread on it and everything. But it's easy to miss a turkey. I guarantee that everybody in here has missed a turkey one time in their life, and I highly recommend you go out to the range or somewhere and really practice shooting. Extremely important.
Patterning out. I love it.
James Evans says this year he is using a Stoger M3500 with a turkey choke and will be shooting Hornady Heavy Magnum 3 inches. Now listen, Tony Dempsey revealed that he's 6'3", 250. He also said that the Mossberg 835 punished him. But Mike, you're smaller than 6'3".
5'9.5", 5'10", yeah, somewhere around that.
So would you say you're tougher than Tony Dempsey?
No, probably not. Tony knows, man. That sucker, you get going on that 835.
What did Tony say? What size shells is he using?
He didn't say, but
3.5.
You're using. I use a 3.5. If you use a 3.5 and an 835, that thing punches you in the jaw, dude.
It
That thing
does.
does not play around.
That's
I
ridiculous.
shoot 3.5 inch because I like the power behind it, but dude, that thing kicks.
Yeah.
Jim
it
Fannin
does.
says he's using an 835 with his old Winchester Super X number 5s. Took a bird at 61 yards in Nebraska, like for real. So I believe it. I believe
Yeah,
it.
he said it hurts with 3.5.
Yeah.
Mossberg 2020, 2 and I was like, I'm confused all these numbers. Gary's throwing these numbers out. 2 3/4 TSS factory full choke. Killed at 54, 58 yards last year. Being small is a big plus. Yeah, Gary's a small guy too. I love Gary. He said it hurts with 3.5. Billy says 835, 3.5 will give you a concussion.
It really will.
Yeah.
Eric, no, I remember this was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Went to his house to stay for a week to turkey hunt. We had so much fun. But the day before, I always show up the day before when we go up to the farm and we shoot. And he was standing there, and I sat down and was looking at the target. And I used his leg as like I put my back against his leg as I was shooting.
That's sweet.
And I shot. And he goes, dude, I could feel you shaking before you pulled that trigger. And I said, heck yeah, I was shaking, dude. That thing hurts. Did you know it's coming? That thing hurts.
Hey,
dude.
I have a question. Who, if you are a Kentuckian in here, or even if you just hunt in Kentucky, just draw, I don't know, put something in the comments, a hand up, a thumb up, whatever. I want to know who else from Kentucky, because this is totally shifting gears here. But I'm just looking at the notifications on my phone, and Bub Tackett, should be on here because he said he wants to call tonight. Well, Bub runs his group, Hunting Eastern Kentucky Game. And, that's what I thought he was representing when he was at NWTF instead of whatever. But he was there for autographs. But he posted in his group today. And if you don't follow Hunting Eastern Kentucky Game, it's a good group. And he said, what are some of Eastern Kentucky hunters and sportsmen's concern surrounding wildlife and fishing in the mountains? And boy, did they have some concerns.
Yes. I like it. Let's hear
And
it.
I commented. I'm probably the last one to comment, or they're probably still rolling in. I don't know. I don't even remember what I said. Or did I even hit send? Oh, I said, man, you opened this conversation up quickly. Some good ideas, some really bad ideas. Some people know what they're talking about. Some people have no idea what they're talking about. And so here's some things that people want to do. I don't recall. There might be people in here that commented. Let's see. That one's a dead giveaway. Some people, now Hurley Combs, good buddy of ours, he says shut down elk season for 5 years. Some people want to shut it down for 3 years. A lot of folks wanting to reduce the amount of days you can gun hunt. Let's see what else. Tim Fannin said he posted in there. I've not seen your comment yet, Tim, but I will. A lot of people wanting to hunt bears over bears. Eastern Kentuckians hate bears. I like them.
Bub said he hasn't got back on it yet, so this is the first time he's hearing the comments is from you.
Oh, okay. Now here's one that a lot of people say. Get rid of allowing hunters in the last 3 days of December muzzleloader to take a doe in zone 4 and make them take it early muzzleloader. That way those does aren't bred yet. I just never understand that. I don't understand the logic behind that, though.
Me either.
Because if you kill, let's say you have a doe. Let's say you name it. This doe is named Jane. All right? Jane Doe, get it? This doe is named Jane. And you kill Jane in September. Well, Jane's not going to have a baby. She's dead. But if you kill Jane in December, guess what? Jane's not going to have a baby. She's dead. I just think it's the same. I'm just wondering.
Yep. Same result.
I just never understood that. Anyway, maybe it just, you hate to shoot a deer.
And it's not like you can look at them and be like, oh, yep, she's pregnant. Ain't shooting that one.
So,
So
one thing I'd mention, and this is maybe just a sneak peek. We had our newsletter come out. If you want to kind of plug that for a minute,
yeah.
Our newsletter came out today. We posted our second newsletter this week, and some of the next things I'm going to be working on as far as a story that I'm going to submit to you is talking about gobbler harvest and a little bit of data that kind of supports some different things. It should be interesting, so I won't spoil it. But so, for example,
I posted the link to the
Yeah.
newsletter in
There we
the comments. So yeah, go ahead.
So basically, for example, and I realize that when I say this, everybody's gonna be like, well, not everybody's gonna follow this, and not everybody's gonna do this. So I get it. But if you have any concerns, and if you're the one that wants to change regulations quickly or immediately, just make those changes yourself. Talk to your buddies and talk to your neighbors and see if your neighbor, you can't control what your neighbors are going to do eventually, but in the end, but if you got a big parcel of land that you hunt on and you'd like to make changes, you don't have to wait for the department to make the changes. Just make the changes. If you don't want does killed in December, tell everybody on your property, say, hey, let's back off this so we can make sure that these does that have already been bred kind of make it. And so what I would say to that is just start making your own regulations specific to the needs of your property.
Sure.
Specifically, if you're not getting that immediate support, and there's definitely a rebuttal to this. I know for a fact there is. So go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah. And you're not condoning like, go ahead and kill a doe early muzzleloader season. You're not saying that.
Yeah.
You're saying, yeah.
Yes. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're for one or the other. So again,
Sure.
if you're for, let's just say that the rules are, say the rules are you can only hunt a doe at this certain time, which I know in zone 4 it is. Say you're against that. You're like, no, we shouldn't be shooting any does. Well, it's allowed. So there's nothing you can do immediately about that, but you can control what's done on your property. You can just say, we're not doing it. I don't care what the regulations are. We're just not going to do it.
Right.
Now, if it's legal, you can't stop other people from doing it.
You can't create your own personal regulations.
You can't create your own.
You can restrict your own hunting as much as you want.
Exactly. So, for example, and again, I won't spoil it too much because I'm going to go into some good detail about some data that's come out by a lot of biologists. But, there's a little bit of stuff that might suggest that hunting gobblers and the harvest of gobblers is making a big difference. Some of the data.
They were killing too many?
Some of the data is coming out that I'll share that in that story.
Well, there are people on here that say limit turkey harvest to 1.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that because we're still doing pretty good in Kentucky.
Yeah.
We are.
So that's kind of what I'm talking about here in this case. Some of that data might suggest that maybe we should think about doing that. But right now, it's 2 birds. That's the regulation. If you have an issue on your property with turkeys, don't shoot them. Let them grow another.
Now, Hurley said that we should be allowed to kill 2 turkeys in a day instead of 1 today, 1 tomorrow. He said if you get 2, it doesn't matter if you kill 1 today or 2 today, 1 tomorrow. I agree. Like I don't know the logic behind limiting it to 1 per day. If you kill both on day 1, guess what? You're tagged out. Go fishing.
I think.
Want to say, as far as fishing, where's the best walleye fishing in Kentucky? Joe asked, and then Tony followed up. He would like to know the same. Best advice he can give drive to Lake Erie. I don't know if we have a good walleye fishery in Kentucky.
It's probably fair.
Not one where
I know of people catching them in Martinsford.
Yeah, there's places you can catch them, but it's not a good fishery. Now, if you say what's the best, we could probably track that down and pinpoint it. But yeah, Tony's right. You should probably just go a little north and where they have an abundance of them. So we'll stay on this topic. But I do have to point out, this is specifically for Eastern Kentucky. So, like Cody Varney says, he agrees with me on killing it in September, killing it in December, same thing. However, do you want that doe around for the rut? Now, in Eastern Kentucky, maybe you do want the doe around for a rut so it can chase. In Western Kentucky, Central and Western Kentucky, I would say probably not. Because there's so many does, there's no competition, right? There's so many does, the bucks can just have a free for all, and this is, I mean, these are not my opinions. I'm just doing I'm just repeating what smarter people than I have said, like our buddy Kyle Sams, who is now, by the way, a wildlife biologist for the United States Wildlife Department. I don't know exactly the name. I forgot.
Is it
U.S.
Department of Natural Resources?
Something like that. I keep wanting to say USDA, but that's just my mind at work today. But anyway, I'm so glad Kyle took that job. But since he took it, we've not seen him on here, so I don't know.
He's a man.
But yeah, I'm with you, Cody. I totally get that. PK says drain the swamp. Okay. He kills 4. Now PK's never hunted Eastern Kentucky, so he's not astute to some of the issues.
I think everybody has their own opinions. Everybody's got their different. Some people say, let's kill this. Like, instead of killing 2 turkeys, let's kill 1 turkey. I think, like John said, I think Kentucky is still pretty good.
They are.
Has a good turkey harvest, but I think that Eastern Kentucky specifically is struggling. I think the rest of the state makes up for the struggles in Eastern Kentucky. And the reason I say that is I know guys that are very, very good turkey hunters that every year I've known them, they've tagged out during turkey season every year. And then the last like 2 or 3 years, they're not tagging out. They're not hearing birds like they always have. And I think Eastern Kentucky, I think something, I don't know what, because I'm not an expert. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what needs to happen. But I think Eastern Kentucky, when it comes to deer and turkey, I think it's a struggle.
I don't think it. Deer. It depends on where you are. I don't think that's true for turkeys. You got people out where you live say they're struggling. They've heard less, but the numbers say that's just not true.
Well, let's see. Let me pull it up here.
Let's see. Eastern Kentucky turkeys. I had the best year I've had the last 2 years. I mean, it's just some people say, you have somebody on 1, 2, 3 Turkey Lane that says, man, I've not heard turkeys. This has been this and this for the last 10 years. I've not heard turkeys. We've been in decline. And then literally across the road, you'll have to say, man, I've had the best 5 years I've ever had. It's just really dependent. Tim's tagged out the last 8 to 10 years. Now, Bub says he's only taking 1 turkey this year, but his 2 sons are going to take 1 each. So, I don't know. Chris said, thanks, Billy. Billy says, you're welcome. I know one person that don't have a shortage of turkeys. That's Mike Collins up there in Grant County, Kentucky. You guys have been slaying them. I've known you going on 4 years, I guess, Mike. Well, yeah, going on 4 years. And you guys have killed probably near 20 turkeys in that time.
That's probably fair with myself
16 maybe, yeah.
And my cousins and uncles, and Caleb killed 1 last year. And and it's it's been hot since about 2020. It's been fire, man. It's been crazy. Very blessed situation there. I don't know what's going on. I mean, there's a lot of neighbors that trap, and I know Mark Lilly sometimes is on our show sometimes, and comes on with us, and he traps and does stuff, and we do stuff, and hopefully it's making a difference. It seems like it might be. Well, it's hard to say. You never know. There's a lot of variables. But
never know.
To be honest with you, that habitat out there is very diverse. There's hardwoods, there's fields, and I think that has a lot to do with it, to be honest with you. I think the habitat is just right.
Nephew, I can just get those big deer rolling in, right?
Some
of your neighbors wouldn't kill more than their limit.
I've heard of that happening.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. I was talking to a guy at work today. He was showing me a picture of I think it's a 10-pointer, really nice wide 10-pointer. And he was talking about, I said, they just bought this farm. I think he said like 9 months ago or something. And he had mentioned, I said, oh, he still got his antlers. And he's like, yeah. And I said, you're going to have to get out there and find them, when he comes in and he don't have them anymore. And he's like, yeah, I think he said his dad about putting some kind of like bungee cord, something where it couldn't get stuck, but when it bent over, it could take the antlers off. And I was like, he said he had seen people do it. And I say, I've seen people do it. I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know if you can. You just don't want to force them off, but if they're already loose. So we were talking about that, and what do you think about that? I honestly have no opinion on it.
I am pretty sure it's illegal in Kentucky. I'd have to verify that, but I'm pretty sure it is illegal in Kentucky. And also, a biologist would tell you that by doing that, you could damage the deer's follicles. Just
See,
where
that's what
this-
I said. You just don't want to. It would have to be something so soft, and the antlers would be so loose that it would just be an aid in getting them off. And I said, honestly, if the antlers are if they're ready to fall off anyway, he's got a better chance of them just falling off as he's walking to the.
Yeah,
the
it's being confirmed by a couple people in here. An antler trap or contraption to force them to come off is illegal in Kentucky.
I've never looked into it, so I didn't know.
Your best bet, I can tell you right now, and this is just from experience. Food plots, especially late season in Kentucky, are to be honest with you, our winters are so mild now. Clover is lasting through the winter.
Yeah,
it gets revitalized in spring. So if you've got food plots, or if you're baiting, you can
he still has the deer coming into his minerals, and so
that's your best bet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll come off. But when you first get a property and you have big deer coming in, man, you get excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure not just when you first get one, when you get excited. So
I'll never forget the first time I ever put a trail camera on my uncle's place. I loved it, dude.
I still can't wait until September, dude, just so I can see what has made it through from last year to this year. But hey, I pulled this up real quick just because we were talking about like turkey population and all that stuff. So the reason I think Eastern Kentucky, now, like I said, I'm not an expert. There's a lot of different variables that play in this, but Harlan, Letcher, and Leslie County, they all three are right together, right? All three touch. Letcher harvest numbers was 143 last year. Harlan was 164. Leslie was 117. Now you go all the way out west to Christian County. The three that touches Christian, Muhlenberg, and Hopkins.
That's not a fair comparison.
No, but you're saying that the state of Kentucky is doing great. It is doing great in certain parts of the state. Eastern Kentucky is.
You said you said that there's a decline. You can't compare Eastern Kentucky counties to Western Kentucky counties to prove a decline in Eastern Kentucky.
Okay, but you also can't say Kentucky is doing great as overall when Harlan's killing 115 turkeys and Christian County's killing 560.
It doesn't matter what you do. That is never, ever going to change. There's nothing anyone can do to change that. You can't grow corn on the side of a mountain.
I don't.
So Kentucky is doing. It's literally been that way for hundreds of years. Like you just don't have the agriculture in Eastern Kentucky that you do in Western Kentucky.
I don't know. I think
if you're going to look at Harlan County is not as good as it was 10 years ago, then you're going to have to go back to the last 10 years and see where it is. Other than that, you can't say it's like saying, hey, there was 100 deer killed in Harlan and there were 700 killed in Christian County. Well, of course. It's always been that way.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't think it is doing nearly as well as it used to.
That might be true. I'm just saying you can't compare.
You're saying what you're saying is you're saying the whole state is doing well, is what you said. You said the state of Kentucky, the whole state overall has sustained. Like, how many hunters do you think are in Eastern? Like, I don't know. You know what? Never mind. I'm done.
Well, go ahead and finish.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying. If you look at the numbers, right, and everybody has an opinion. What's the numbers, though? Numbers don't have an opinion. It's just data. It's just there. It's the truth. You can't manipulate it.
So if you look at the numbers, compare 2023 to 2013. Okay, that's what we're saying for Harlan County.
Yeah, you need to compare it over probably a 10-year range.
Okay,
and then you can show if it's declined, if it's stayed the same, if it's improved.
What's it doing here? I'm just talking because, like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just going off what I've heard from people. Last year was 163 was the harvest, 164. Yeah. So if you go back to 2013, we'll say 10 years ago. I think this is it.
Mike, I just saw your text.
Was 241.
There you go.
So, what, 80 less, roughly?
Sorry, Josh, I wasn't paying attention. Mike got distracted me.
Okay. Just move on. Just move on.
Okay, good. No,
comment.
look, I'm not saying it's not in decline. Here's what I'm saying. I'm just saying overall, I'm so distracted right now. Anyway, here, somebody's putting something out here. Let's see what this says. Lost interest turkey hunting 5 years ago, 99 through 2018, killed 1, usually 2 every spring, plus some in the fall, used a Mossberg 835, and went back to my 3-inch 1187, both field grade guns. The sitting became too hard on my back legs and butt. I'd rather bass fish. Yes, amen. It's not too hard on my back legs and butt. It's just bass fishing is more fun. Bass fishing is more fun than turkey hunting. It is. And I'll tell you 100% why I say that. I'm much better at bass fishing. Let's see. It's hard to hunt turkeys in steep hills. Absolutely, that contributes to it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is there's a lot of different variables.
Now, Billy Barnett says it is down at his farm. I've hunted it for 20 years, and I trust everything that Billy Barnett says when it comes to turkey hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if his farm is in Pulaski County, but if you said Pulaski County was down, it was the number 2. It was number 2 for turkey hunting as far as total kills last year. So,
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's like just sitting here looking at these stats, it blows my mind that last year, I don't know, maybe this is just how dumb I am when it comes to hunters and turkeys. Dude, I know a ton of people in Harlan that hunt, and only 163 birds were killed in Harlan. That just sounds insane to me.
Well, there's about 300,000 people that live in Lexington. And there has to be a high number of hunters. Of course, I know lots of Lexington hunters. Only killed 70, in fact.
Yeah, Christian County. Christian County, there's a ton of hunters. This place is covered in the spring and fall. Only 500 turkeys. And that's good. Don't get me wrong. But
you have never paid attention to the number. You just know the people that hunt.
That's what I'm saying.
It's always been that way.
It's just crazy, dude.
Harlan's always been a bottom 30 turkey hunting county.
Hey, guys, basically what I'm saying is you suck at turkey hunting. You need to get out there and kill some more turkeys.
Lots of people from East Turkey also travel to Flatland and Central West Turkey to have a more relaxing hunt. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you told me you could only hunt one place the rest of your life, I would choose the mountains because I absolutely love it.
It's fun.
I would know there would be less success. I would kill less animals. Heck, I don't kill many anymore anyway. But that's where I would hunt. But if you said, where do you want to hunt that's convenient? Well, heck, I want to go out where Josh lives, where you can see as far as you want. Only thing in your line size is a tree. It's easy.
I'll see 50, 60 deer a day every time I go to work.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's easy to hunt out there. I'm just saying it's easier than it is
I'm telling you right now, it is very easy to hunt in Christian County, Kentucky. Easy.
Well, there would probably be a lot of people argue with you, and I would just say, hey, let's go to Harlan.
Yeah.
Let's go to Harlan.
It is easy, dude. It is. And I'll tell you, I've killed a nice buck this year, and I've killed bucks in Harlan. And the buck that I killed in Harlan, I worked 1,000 times harder for that deer.
Well, Cody Varney says, would you rather, the real question here is, do you rather hunt mountain birds or flatland birds? Mountains every day. Every day. If I hunted 21 days, turkey season is roughly 21 days, maybe a little more. If I hunted every single day of turkey season with unlimited tags, just drop me off somewhere. I'll hop from Harlan to Bell to Knox to Pike to wherever. Just love it.
Yeah,
but if you said you have to pick one day, you have 3 hours to kill a turkey, or you never get to hunt again. Send me out west. Send me out west. There you go. All right, listen. I got two things. Flatland birds are heavier but easier to kill. Look who it is.
Yep.
The wildlife biologist. Folks, this guy's not just a wildlife biologist for the state. He's a wildlife biologist for the United States, for the entire country. He's representing the red, white, and blue. Good job, Kyle. We're proud of you.
Love it.
All right.
Good to see you,
We're
Kyle.
going to have a turkey calling competition in about 2 minutes. So, Josh, you're going to text me a number again. Hold off. Wait a second. I don't want anybody to think this is cheating like last time. Last time the number was 77. Don't choose that. I already told him you can't choose the same number twice. Don't be a jerk, right? So he's going to choose a number. So if you want in this competition, you start thinking right now what number you want. Now, before I do that, Taylor Pulliam, I don't know if he's on here, but we mentioned shed hunting, and man, he found a nice pair of sheds. Well, I say pair, it's 2 pictures, but it may be the same antler. I don't know. Taylor, if you're on here, clarify for us. It's nice though.
Do I need to send you that number yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
So Taylor Pulliam right here. I think Taylor's a hazard boy, maybe.
Oh,
He said I'm here.
Woo! That's a good one, ain't it?
Yeah,
That looks like a dagger right there. Look at
that's
that.
a blade. That's a blade right there, man.
Taylor, are these 2 pictures the same antler?
He did
Yeah,
say
same
they
antler.
are the same.
Oh man, I was hoping he found the set. There's the other. Look at that. Whoa. Now Taylor probably has huge hands. So look at that. Look how big that antler is. That part right there is impressive.
Yeah, that's an awesome one.
You cut that one off and make a knife out of it.
Here's what I'm wondering, Taylor. Do you know where this deer is? Is he on your cameras? Because if so, Taylor's going to be obsessed in the fall. Absolutely obsessed.
That's an awesome deer.
Hazard. I about said Hazard County. I can't tell you every time I tell somebody I'm from Harlan, they think it's Hazard. It really gets on my nerves. All right. If you want to be in the contest, hold on. Josh, send it to the group chat. Oh, I can't show the text that Mike sent that got me distracted. Send it to the group chat.
The pick is in.
All right. Mike has the number. I have the number. If you want to compete, post your number in the group chat right now. Or not in the group chat, in the comments right now. Scott Butler says he's passing. Probably gas. Put the number in there. I know Josh Wilson said he's going to compete tonight. Maybe it's just Josh Wilson. Mike, you getting a little nervous? Hurley says 24. That's a good number. Josh's favorite baseball player, King Griffey Jr., made 24 famous, but Josh likes 30. I don't know. 53, 21. Chris said, can I do it again? Sorry, Chris. Remember, you can you don't have to use a mouth call. You can use a friction call. You can use a box call. I don't have one handy. You can use a mouth call. You can't use electronic call. That's cheating. Let's see here. We got Hurley Collins with 24. Josh Wilson with 21. Let me roll through. I'll just say that we do have one person that hit the nail on the head. 53. If you're in the Facebook group, make sure you put your name. 53, 45, 44, 3 forever. I'm guessing that's a Dale Earnhardt reference. Yeah. Sharps Taxidermy says 28. Joe says I haven't called in 3 years. Joe, are you submitting a number? Last call for numbers. Taylor Pulliam was 53. Mike? Announce
yes, sir.
Who's going to be competing against you for a Turkey Hunting USA mouth call?
The number that I saw was dead exact correct was Bub Tackett.
Bub Fanboy Tackett. Dale Earnhardt, number 3.
The number was 3.
Hey, Mike, if you beat him, he might want your autograph after.
Hey. It ain't worth nothing, Bub, I promise you.
Let's see here. About him. Now, we're only going to do one tonight. We don't want to bankrupt Billy Barnett, but here's what we'll do. Chris, Frankie, and Bub are no longer eligible. So if you're here next week, you got to show up next week. Hurley Combs is chomping at the bit. He also wants elk season shut down for 5 years. Can you believe that? Come on, Harold. 5 years? Bub, how can I? Oh, I've lost my mind. Bub, I'm sending you the link on Messenger. I told Bub, he took that selfie video with Michael Waddell. He was shaking so bad you could see the camera. I told Bub you should have name dropped Hurley. He said he did. I don't know. Let's see, Bub. I got to find you. Bub Tackett. I don't know if I've ever heard Bub call.
Mike, you are you ready to rock and roll, dude? Are you gonna?
Yeah, I think so.
I sent the link on. Sent the link gosh, on Messenger, Bub. Here's what I want. Before we get started, I want to know what's your predictions. Now, the audience, we've got about 41 people on here. The audience is determining the winner. I want your early predictions. If we were taking bets right now, who would you place money on? Put the name in the comments. Is it going to be Bub? Is it going to be Mike? You cannot say a tie. You cannot say something nice. Only rude comments about these two competitors today. We're trying to talk a little smack. But Mike, do you have anything you want to say about Bub and how bad you're going to beat him? Hey, listen, let's just be honest. Bub might not be able to figure out how to get on here. So you might win by default. You might forfeit. So
he'll get on here. He's done it before.
$10 on Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
He'll be on here.
Mike, you got anything to say?
I'm the worst trash talker ever. So good luck, Bob. Have fun, and you're gonna win regardless. A call from us. So let's get after it and have a good time.
Mike.
Hey, listen, everybody, we need you all to comment who's gonna win.
Hurley said that
you're not going to hurt anyone's feelings.
I don't know who. I feel like after this comment from Hurley, we should say like shots fired at anyone else that guides for elk, because he said the reason he wants to shut it down because he feels guilty for harvesting 47 this year. That's how you talk smack, Mike.
That's getting it done.
That's how you do it. Kyle said,
Mike,
"Sorry, Bub."
I'm sorry. You are the fan favorite, so I've got to. I'm going with Bub.
We've got a nice review. Chris says he's playing with the diaphragm call that Billy sent him, better than any other mouth call. Hey, if you got a diaphragm, if you got a call of Billy's, I don't know if you can leave a review on his website, but that'd be great. Also, go like Turkey Hunting USA. Looks like, let's see, Jake said Mike. Joe said Mike. Tony is talking to Hurley. Look at there.
There he is.
There he is. Hey, Bub.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
Bub, are you trying to grow your beard out?
I actually am at 40 years old.
You know what, Bub? Sometimes I look at your facial hair right here where it's real separated. You look like an old school guy that would have a sword. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of pointy. Like if you're in a movie, you'd be wielding a sword. That's what you kind of look like.
Yeah.
John Markham said number 1. Are you calling Bub number 1, John? I don't know. Mike sounded good a couple weeks ago. I got to go with him. Okay.
My money's on you, Bub. Don't let me down.
Good.
Bub's
John said he hadn't heard me call
I think you
before,
both.
But I come on last year and called.
I do remember you coming on.
Yeah, you know. Sorry,
And then
Bub.
turkey camp, he forgot of that turkey camp.
I didn't forget. You guys were the
I
only
didn't
one.
forget your turkey camp. I just don't remember you calling it turkey camp. So, Bub, you're really only going to kill one turkey this year?
I really am. Last year, I just killed one last year, but
That's
I
because
was
you.
accountable.
It's
I was accountable for 5 though, or in
Okay.
on 5.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
Leonard Moore says he's taking his grandson hunting. That's more fun than watch him than him. He is to kill one.
Yep.
All right, Bub. Show us your mouth call. Show us what you got there.
All right, this is a Billy Yargus,
Billy
Blue
Yargus.
Viper.
Oof.
That's a
That
good
sounds
one.
like a winner.
Woodhaven. I actually picked it up this weekend. I ordered one every year.
Oh, he was ready.
I order one every year, no matter who he's with. He used to be with Mad Calls for a while.
Yeah.
But the same
Billy can make them, man. So that's
Yeah.
going to be a good one.
I got a JC Martin laying over here too. So.
That's cool.
What's that behind your head on the wall?
Oh, that the
No,
picture-
the other side. Are those beards?
Yeah,
Love it.
that's just part of them.
So you've only killed what looks like about 6 turkeys in your life?
No. I think I'm somewhere around 30.
Bub, you should have just responded with, yeah, that's 6 more than you.
It's fine. Hey, listen, there's a reason why I'm not in this competition.
You should have shot, no. You should have.
Hey, isn't it, Bub? Don't you think it's nice now, as someone who has his own Facebook group? Don't you think it's nice I created this page to give Josh somewhere to be on Tuesday nights?
Yeah. That's good sibling.
Yeah.
Affair there.
All right, who wants to go first? Let's. How can we? You know what? I think the guest should always go first. Don't you?
Pressure's on.
How about I flip for it?
Yeah, there we go.
Well, if the crowd
Heads or tails, Bub?
I'm going heads. Tails
right.
got the
Tails,
49ers
Mike's
beat.
first.
All right,
Sounds good.
Mike's first. It was Tails. Now, I think we're about 50-50 on the crowd voting. I've not counted, but we've got a lot of Mikes, a lot of Bubs. So, Mike, let's see it. Now, look, when Mike is finished, I'm going to ask everyone to rate him 1 to 10. Don't take it easy. Don't take it easy on him. He's a seasoned veteran. He's been telling me all day, listen, whoever comes on, he said they don't have a chance. He said, I've been practicing all day. They don't have a chance. So, here we go. Mike,
There's
you're
still a
up.
lot of turkey.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna start off small. I'm gonna
I
start off
need one of
soft.
those things at golf tournaments you hold up that says like quiet. Do your hand. Do your hand. Oh.
That's starting off small. That's Billy's ghost call.
Okay, so Mike says he's bringing out a plethora of calls here. So that was the ghost call. Here we go. If that was starting out small, Bub, you might be in
What's this
trouble.
next call, Mike?
Yeah, I know, right?
What is this?
Bub might be in trouble tonight.
This
Yeah.
one's just the V cut.
V cut. So split V.
So just a little bit excited yelps, maybe a little tree yelp sound. We'll leave
He's
it with
been
that.
practicing.
All right, so Mike gave us started there softly with the ghost cut, went to the split V, and you guys give him a score here. Pretty conservative, Mike. That was pretty conservative call in there, you know.
Yeah.
Bub, you are a big fan of turkey hunters. Have you ever
Yeah.
met Harold Knight?
I actually made him this weekend.
Did you? Did he brag on your calling? Because I saw him. I was there when he bragged on Mike's.
No, I didn't get to talk to him long. I went up to him and I told him, I was like, I'm
I'm
We're
a
the
big
hill-
fan.
we're the-
That's what you
we're the
said. I'm a
hillbilly.
big fan.
I did. I said, we're from the hillbilly part of Kentucky. He said, I'm a
Yeah.
hillbilly too.
Yeah.
But
I
I
tell you what, that's something meeting him. I you probably didn't have much time with him because
Bub,
everybody
we
and their
spent
brother.
you spent
Yeah.
about 30 seconds. We spent about 5 hours.
yeah, you're rubbing it in now.
All right, let's look at the scores, Mike. You got a long range of scores here. Started off kind of low. Joe went from a 6, but he went up to an 8 after you pulled out the second one. We got a 7, 7.5, 7, 7. I got to be honest, Mike. They were much nicer last week. 8, 9, 8, 7. I won't lie. I'm on Dad's side, but that was really good.
Thanks, Colton.
Okay.
Good man, buddy.
And Kid Holt, oh man,
I love it.
Kid Holt says 9.5. So, all right, Bub, floor is yours.
Pressure.
Now, are you going to use just a mouth call?
You told on me, John.
Well, it's hard to give a 10. You know, when you come in flying high, I got a
Yeah.
Billy Argus, and then you go to a. Okay.
Are you using both? Are you using your slate call and then using mouth call as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
That boy.
Okay.
That's
Hey,
what I
all
thought.
right, we're going to listen. It's all yours. Floor is yours.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Excellent.
Uh-oh.
You stopping there?
I can't hear you.
I know. He went quiet.
Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear I can hear the
There you go.
call
I can hear you
good.
now.
Yeah, we heard the calling great. I don't know what happened
Yeah.
when you started talking.
Oh.
All right, let's give Bub a score. Kind of brief there.
Yeah, I was
last week,
expecting y'all to just let them rip.
I thought it was going to let it rip. I got to be honest, for two guys who can call, seem a little scared. They seem a little scared. Tim gets
Yeah.
6.5. Gretchen Lee Mahons gives you a 10.
Yeah, love
Greg
it.
gives you 7.5. Tony gave you an 8.5. Colton gave you a 10. I kind of thought, maybe Colton would go against you. Josh gave Mike a 7 and Bub an 8.
Let's go overtime. I like it. Overtime.
All right, here, I'm going to give you a scenario, boys. It's the last
here we
day of
go.
turkey season. Last day of turkey season. You've not killed a turkey. You've got a turkey that's being pretty aggressive with you, but you got to get aggressive back to bring it in, or your season's over. Bub, you start. It's go big or go home, fellas. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't know if Bub got it in or not.
Okay.
It's tough, bud.
All right, Mike. Oh, no, man. Mike, you've got this guy nervous wreck.
So should we,
Oh,
John,
okay.
so for this one, should they give a score or should they pick between Mike and Bub?
Hold on, Bub's score. Hold on, Bub's score. We're going to let Mike go, and then you guys just declare the winner. When Mike is over, you guys tell us, just type Bub or Mike, and we'll see
I bet
who
a
wins.
Mike wins. Gonna bet.
Bub, can you gobble with a mouth call?
No, I can't.
Yeah, I'm pretty rough at that too. I'm not good at that.
Colton's better gobbling than I am.
All right, Michael.
I'll
Bring it
throw in
on.
the back. I'll throw the bat wing in real quick.
Okay. He's showing off his wide away skills.
We go back to the V.
All right. Who's the winner, folks? Who's the winner? Now, while they're typing that, I will say Mike's sound was much better. It was much louder. So I think that did give Mike a slight edge.
And
They both are so much better than me that I have no reason to critique. Gretchen says, Bub, he sounded more like a turkey sound.
Yep.
Tony says, Yelps were better on the first call, Mike. Cuts better in the second. Scott says, Mike. Gretchen says, Bub. Greg says, Mike. Who's next? It's still a close call. This is like
that's
like
what's fun.
Trump Biden 2020, and we know who the Democrat is in the group.
Hey, you know what's fun about this is, and I'm going to tell you the reason you're seeing different things, and it's because it's for a turkey it doesn't matter, but to the human, you're hearing we heard 4 or 5 different calls because I just switched a couple
right.
and Bub switched a couple. So when you do that, you become versatile. You're sounding different to a turkey. You obviously sound different with each of those different sounds, and each of those sounds, even us as hunters, when you hear something, it's like, oh man, I like that one. I don't like that one so much, but I like that sound better. We overthink it. So what's cool about that is you're seeing that in the reflection of the scores. They're different calls, so you're going to get different opinions and different different thoughts on it. So that's what's really cool about it. And Bub's versatility with having the slate call and then the mouth call. That's awesome, man.
I'm
When you
just
throw
I don't
that
like
in,
I don't like my purr on a mouth call.
I'm rough at it. I'm very
So-
rough at it too.
So I got a slate call laying in my lap, no
Yeah.
matter what.
I'm
Perfect.
just wondering if, Bub, did you have your girlfriend create a fake account as Gretchen because
That's-
she is really talking you up?
That's my mother-in-law.
Well, now,
I
Bub,
love it.
your mother-in-law, you can't have a mother-in-law when you have a girlfriend.
Here's the thing. My real
Okay.
name is Mike, so Mike is going to win.
There you go.
That's true. That's true. No, and Gretchen, I just said that Bub had a girlfriend. No disrespect. He just accidentally called her girlfriend instead of fiance once. And I just bring it up all the time, especially if she's watching or paying attention. Let's hear somebody come. Here's what I think we should do next week. I think we should have 2 audience members battling it out.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless one of them sucks.
I like it.
So
Let me
hopefully,
see.
How about you? Hold on, John. When you go out, what do you use
Mike?
for a turkey? But okay, if Mike's not with you, what are you using?
I'm fishing.
Okay, well, before
No,
you
I
leave,
do have. No, I'll use a mouth call. It sounds horrible, but it still gets them to gobble.
what about a slate call? Have you
I
ever
use
used it?
those. I can't use this one. It sucks. But I do use them. That's probably what I use the most for sure.
I'm
Yeah, I do
bringing
have a
you-
little
I'm-
box, like a push-pull call that Harold Knight personally gave me,
Yeah.
like from his private collection. Yeah. And but it's just, yeah.
Bub,
right
don't
here.
you love Bub how he's calling you a fanboy, but he's like, but I've got a call
I'm just rubbing. I mean, I'm
from
just
Harold
rubbing.
Knight from his personal
Listen.
collection that he handed to me with his.
If Bub
His
had it, it would
godly
be in a
hands.
shadow box behind his head. Mine, I have no idea where it is.
You
But I
better
do,
bet.
I do,
Hey,
I really did appreciate it. And Harold Knight is I wish this is my grandpa. That's what I said. I
Do
wish
it.
this was
Can
my
you
grandpa.
kiki, Mike? Can you do a kiki?
That's a little bit. I'm not very good at it.
Now next week, maybe we can just have Hurley on and have Hurley compete against an audience member. Hurley's good. He's really good.
He is very
Hey,
good.
I'm ready to hear Hurley.
He's really
You
good.
keep talking Hurley up how good he is. I want to hear him.
I say,
Joe thought you
John,
both did great.
you should practice up on a slate call, John, and go against a audience member just on friction call.
I probably won't, but I'll think about it.
He's too scared, Bub.
From his private, hey James, it is a large private collection. I'd let either one of you call for me. Yeah, me too. Aluminum call. I don't get my call out until 3 days before season. Yeah. Hey, listen,
This is the second day I've run a call.
here's the thing. You know how people talk about don't overcall and don't do this. Hurley's calling as soon as he walks out, as soon as he gets out of the side by side. Hurley's calling, and he doesn't stop until we go home that night. He calls all day.
Bless you, man.
He calls all day. But anyway, I love him. All right, Bub. Well, you got 4 choices. You got the split V. You got the combo, which is that cut. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You got the ghost, which looks like a ghost.
Send me a ghost.
Send him a ghost. All right.
Oh, hey man, Ghost
back.
Cut is by far my favorite, dude. I love Ghost
Yeah.
Cuts.
Mike, throw
when-
something out with the ghost, Mike. Throw something out with the ghost.
I dropped it.
Okay.
Mike-
I got
when
mine.
Mike said ghost cut, I was like, dang, I should have got that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what he had. I think that's what everybody said you sounded best on, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, and I probably should have flipped it over. I actually, to start off, I found that if I flip it over, so I actually used it incorrectly.
Okay.
So this isn't the ghost cut, but this is the V cut. I actually flipped the ghost cut over, and I found that I can be a little bit softer and really crisp.
Do you
Take that
suggest Billy change the design? Is it a
No,
poor design?
No, not at all, because you
I
can
just
flip
get
it
it.
right
I
over.
just
You
get
can
it.
flip it right over and use it the right way and start busting, cutting and getting all
Yeah,
excited.
that's cool. That's cool.
So it kind of. I was actually talking to Billy about this. I actually asked Billy if that's something that he does, and he told me he
I
did.
was there when you asked him, I think.
Yeah, you might have been, but I just found that once I take a
remember
couple of those cuts and flip it upside down, you're able to get some really soft. Very
Bub, your girlfriend's here.
there she is. She said, "What's going on? Are you supposed to be doing something? You ain't in trouble."
I actually start my new job in the morning.
That a boy.
Oh,
Get
okay.
after it, man.
New old job.
Yeah, he doesn't have to travel.
Yeah.
2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So are we going to have to are you going to be able to make it to turkey camp?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you sure you're not
I
going
hope
to
so.
cancel on us like you did deer camp?
No, I'll be at turkey camp.
He'll be
Okay.
a turkey.
sure.
We
Are you
trust
going to bring good food?
Yeah, I may get my fiance to come cook for us.
Okay.
That's it.
That could get
Let's step
awkward,
it up.
but sure. Hey, so I did get a text, and Billy Barnett, I'm so sorry I didn't text you back. I saw it, and I just remembered, actually, literally just now. I got a text. Oh, Lord, hold on. I get way too many texts. Billy texted me. I got to search it. Billy will be at turkey camp.
Awesome.
Where'd Josh go?
Houdini just disappeared.
My diarrhea. Billy will be at turkey camp, and he said yesterday, "Hey, John, I just talked to Steve in Canada. I don't remember Steve's last name. And he's definitely coming to turkey camp. Guys, we've never had a foreigner at one of our camps. We got a Canadian coming to camp.
That's
Josh
awesome.
had to go. Josh's wife was hollering at him. She's pregnant, so you got to go. Man. So
Yep.
Colton's going to be there. So far we got us three, Colton, Billy, and his buddy Steve. Josh said he's coming. Steve Tardif. And I think
I'm trying to
Caleb
get
and
all my
Gary are
games.
coming. So we need to book those spots, reservations, Twin Knobs Campground, and everyone's invited. Joe Carter will probably come. He lives near there. He'll probably come hang out with us.
Yep.
And this year I am going to bring some fishing stuff. We'll throw out some catfish bait. Maybe we'll have some catfish, some turkey, might bring some deer steaks. All mine are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
12th, 13th, and 14th, Joe.
there you go. So it's going to be fun. Hey, bud, we appreciate it, man. We're so glad you
Yeah.
came on.
Thanks, Bob. Good to see you, buddy.
You know,
You
the
too,
crowd
man.
said you lost, but we still let you win. So you get a turkey call.
I think we both can knock some turkeys in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we
Yeah.
have a great picture of several turkeys at camp this year. But hey, we appreciate everybody watching. We've been here an hour and 15 minutes, and it's late. And thank you for being here. We'll be back next Tuesday. I want to see if old buddy Hurley can come on and compete against one of you. We'll do it randomly, maybe two of you, who knows. And hey, if you didn't see the newsletter today, check it out. Subscribe to it. There's a paid subscription free. You can be a free, no pressure, but just subscribe to it, share it with your friends. We're going to be doing that every Tuesday on the hunting side, and hopefully this Thursday on the fishing side. Didn't get to do that last Thursday, but hopefully this week. Mike, anything to add?
Hey, man, I just booked my camper at a little campground. It's
In Florida?
I guess, VRBO. I just grabbed a camper at one of the campgrounds
Nice.
near where my hunting area is. So it's starting to get real. I'm probably about a month and 8 days out, and I'm starting to get pretty excited about it.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear all about it, see pictures, videos. And, Bub, if you're still on here, send me your address. If not, I'll text you. So, Mike, everybody watching, appreciate you. Have a good night. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Have a good night, everybody.